What's up, guys? Today I will be sharing with you guys my experience of owning my 2012 Lexus sitting right behind me, this black Lexus. I will share with you guys exactly what maintenance I've done on it over the 6 years, how much it costs me, including all the details. I will also share with you guys some of the economics behind why I think buying a used RX might be a good fit for you. And I will also compare that to other options like buying a new SUV or new sedan. My goal with this video is to give you guys an insights of my decision of buying a used RX at the time. My RX was an 8-year-old SUV with 127,000 miles. 6 years forward, it has 200,000 miles. I will share with you guys why that makes sense and my entire experience with it. At the end of the video, I will also share my spreadsheet where I have all the details of comparing this used RX versus other options. Now, since Lexus RX350 shares a lot of components with Toyota Highlander, powertrain is usually the same. For those who are looking into Highlander, could also benefit from this video. Now we're going to take a look at my spreadsheet that has the list of all the expenses that I've done on my car over the last 6 years of my ownership. I purchased this car from a Mercedes dealer back in September 2020. At the time, the car had 127,090 miles. I paid $14,000, including taxes, title, dealer fees, and all that. I technically paid cash because I had my trade-in, which was valued around $9,000. So I basically did $5,000 out of pocket, no financing. The car had clean Carfax, so that made me feel comfortable with buying it. It previously had 3 owners, so I'm technically the 4th owner. And then at some point it was sold as a Lexus certified by the Lexus dealer to the 3rd owner at 38,000 miles. It had 2 minor accidents, which I didn't really mind that I could see on Carfax report. Another thing that was good, it came with 4 low quality tires. The first item, this was back in June 2021. I basically bought a K&N air filter because I just did not want to continue to pay for air filters, and that costed me almost $57, and I still have it to this day. I just basically clean it every 6 months and then call it good. Oil change at a Lexus dealer, $86 back in June 2021. Another oil change and tire rotation, $165. The next main line of maintenance was replacing brakes. And this was when my car was 142,000 miles. This was November 2021. And I got all the 4 brake pads replaced, and then all the discs were resurfaced. And this costed me at the time $757. Next, I replaced the battery. This was December 2021. I don't exactly know what the mileage was, but I paid $224 to get a battery from AutoZone. Next items are pretty much oil change at 147K and 152K back in 2022. All right, next big item is oil change. Front and rear differential fluid was replaced. Transmission oil was flushed, and then spark plugs were replaced. This was a little costly because I got it all done at a local Lexus dealership at 159,000 miles. This was 2023, approximately 3 years in my ownership of the car, and all that work costed me $1,950. So it's a little costly. I could have picked a different place to get this done, but I just at the time felt comfortable doing it at the Lexus dealer. I definitely got a good service with them. Next up in the list are 2 oil changes at 165 and 169. Another big was tire replacement. At the time, I put a little less than 50,000 miles to those tires that the dealer installed. They weren't great tires, so it was definitely time to replace them. I went to Walmart, got 4 new tires, Goodyear Reliant all season, which I'm pretty much happy I still have them. This costed me $125 each, and then with the installation, it costed me $620. What's good about buying it from Walmart is it comes with lifetime rotation and balance. Next up in my list is an issue I had with my car when the mileage was about 175, 179. I started hearing this noise from the engine area. I was a little concerned, so I took it to the Lexus dealer, and then they told me that it was the water pump, and so that needed to be replaced, as well as some of the things around that area like a gasket. That technically did cost me $1,000.68. Brake fluid exchange is another thing we got it done, $255. And since I was already there, I also got oil change, and that was a little costly as well. $1,800 is what I paid back in 2024 when my car was almost 180,000 miles. Oil change and tire rotation, you guys can see all the details. Next up is my last maintenance I've done. I'm recording this video as of June 2026. Back in March of this year, so my car for the last year or two had this exhaust noise. At first it didn't really bother me, but it started getting worse. So I took it to a local Toyota mechanic, and they thought exhaust gasket needed to be replaced, and that costed me $417, and that included their diagnostics fee, which they didn't waive for some reason. Anyways, this was done at when my car was 196,000 miles. And so all in all, guys, I have spent $6,716 for maintenance on my car ever since I bought my car. And then if you guys look at my initial purchase price was $14,000, so adding what I've spent, basically I spent $20,716 in total for my entire cost of ownership of this car, including oil changes, basic maintenance, and all that stuff. All right, guys, next we're going to talk about some of the math behind buying a used Lexus RX350 versus a new SUV or new sedan. And for my economics comparison, I'm going to use the scenario of buying these cars brand new, driving up to 73,000 miles, because that's exactly how many miles I put on to my used 2012 Lexus. At the time my car was 127K. Right now I'm at 200,000 miles. All right, so first off, purchase price, paid $14,000. For a new SUV, I know they're a little higher than right now, but comparable SUV, this could be either a Highlander or maybe even a RAV4. I know RXs would be a little higher than that, but I just assumed $45,000 for a new SUV, and then I assumed $30,000 for a new sedan. My total cost was $6,716. For a new SUV and new sedan, obviously the costs are going to be much lower, but because you're driving these cars for 6 years, putting in 73,000 miles, I assumed you would still need to do tires at least once, and then oil changes, and then at least once a brake work. And all those should cost around 35K and then 28K. Next up are some of the more miscellaneous items. So for my car, in my spreadsheet, I didn't include things like replacing wipers. Sometimes I buy those on Amazon, or buying cabin air filter and things like that. And so that should cost about $280. I kind of wanted the two maintenance costs to be equal to 7K in total, so I kind of guesstimated it at 283, which I think is reasonable for 6 years. For the new cars, I put them as 500 and 300. Part of the issue is you're still doing those same things like cabin air filters and things like that, unless you're leasing it, but I'm assuming financing here. And then I put more for those because I assumed you would pay more taxes and registration every year for those cars, especially for new SUVs. It's going to be significantly higher, at least in the Midwest where I live. And so that's why I put 500 and 300 right here. We definitely need to talk about gas costs. So here my assumption was for 73,000 miles I put on my car, assuming $3 per gallon, and my car gets 19 miles per gallon. So when you do the math, $10,950. For a new SUV, I assume 24 mpg, and same 73K miles should cost you $9,100. For a new sedan, I assume 32 mpg, and then that should cost you about $6,800. Financing interest, that's a big disadvantage when you buy a brand new car. Here I assumed 4% APR. Now I know when I bought my car in 2020, APRs were basically zero, you would probably pay around 3 to 4% APR right now for a new car. So I just assumed 4%. Then the new SUV over the period of 6 years, you would pay $4,700. For a new sedan, for the purchase price of 30K, should cost you about $3,400 for the interest costs. Other thing I'm going to be including here is current value. So this is basically my rough estimate of how much my car is worth right now. So after my 6 years of ownership, buying it initially at 14K, I feel like I should be able to sell it about $6,000. For a new SUV, the depreciation is pretty heavy. I think you should be able to sell it for about $18,000. Now that all depends on the car and the model and the brand, but like I said, this is a very rough estimate. For a new sedan you bought at 30K, after 6 years, it should be worth about $12,000. Guys, now we reveal the total ownership over the period of 6 years in each of these scenarios. In my scenario, I'm almost at $26,000. For a new SUV, almost $45,000. For a new sedan, you're about $31,000. And if you divide that per year, you get these numbers, and then per month, because it's 72 months, basically my cost of ownership is $360 for my car, including maintenance and all the other associated costs. For a new SUV, you're about $622. For a new sedan, you're at $435. When we look at the differences between these scenarios per month, there's a huge difference between buying a new versus used SUV. It's about $262. And then comparing a used SUV to a new sedan, obviously they're not the same type, but still you're saving $75 a month, which I think is significant. Lastly, that difference is actually pretty big, especially if you have the mindset of investing and growing your money. Imagine saving $262 a month and putting that into S&P 500 or buying some stocks that would generate 7% gains. Over the 6 years period, guys, your money would have been $23,373. If you did the same thing with that $75 per month you're saving, if you bought a new sedan, you would have saved $6,600. So this is to give you guys a little bit of a different perspective. I know there are a lot of guys out there who are pushing for newer cars, kind of being more safe and more affordable. I do not agree with that. I think you should buy a used car, pick one that's very reliable, proven, and in my opinion, Lexus RX350 and Toyota Highlander, they're kind of sibling cars, have the best reliability. All right, guys, that's it from me for today's video. If you have any suggestions on my spreadsheet, anything that I didn't consider, or any math or computation that you guys want me to do, please leave your comment in my video. I will try to consider that as soon as possible. And if you guys have any other questions or comments, make sure to leave it. As always, please subscribe my channel. I basically try to help guys out there who are making the decision to buy a car. I share my entire experience of ownership of a Lexus RX350. Hope you guys benefited from this video, and I will hope to see you guys on the next one. Catch you guys later.